Welcome everybody. My name is Kate Hansen. This is Believe This Ability Advocacy. I'm here with a very special guest, Mr. Dume, and we're going to be talking about what he gets up to on his day to day. So welcome, sir. I'm very excited to have this chat with you. So Mr. Dume works as an occupational therapist in Power of Grace Care Services. So would you kindly tell us a little bit about yourself?
Thank you. Nice meeting you. And it's lovely to have you in our offices here at Grigori Hills.
Yeah.
My name is Dume, as you have alluded to that.
Yeah.
And I work as an occupational therapist. On my spare time, I love playing soccer.
Oh, lovely.
And I love watching soccer. And I can wake up at 3 a.m. and go and watch the English Premier League.
Oh, nice.
And my wife will be asking, where are you going? But I'm going to watch soccer. And I go to God's Power Ministries, which is a ministry that I'm associated with. And I've started a soccer club within that ministry. So we play every Saturday.
That is admirable.
And we train on Tuesdays. It's
Lovely.
exciting.
That is so exciting.
That's what I love on my spare time.
Amazing. I'm a fan of soccer, though I don't follow it very closely, but I love all the hype, you know, especially when there's matches like the World Cup or something. I just love all the hype and the colors. It's just lovely, and it brings people together.
It does.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just going to throw this question. Why the disability industry? What motivated you in diving into that industry? And was it more of a dive for you, or is it something that was already in your heart, or how did it all happen? How did you find yourself here?
First of all, I'll try to elaborate that. How did I find myself in Australia?
Yeah, and that as well.
I came to Australia in 2012, whereby I was following the love of my heart, my wife, who was here before me, and I worked as a teacher overseas. So when I came here, it was an opportunity for me to change the profession. And then I worked as a disability support worker for some time. I never had any understanding of there is a setting that is set up by a government to look after people with a disability. From where I come from, I never knew that there's something like that. So when I saw that happening here, I was like, oh, this is really exciting. So I worked as a support worker, and then I thought of what else can I do more? And then I started doing some research. That's when I found out that I can be an occupational therapist.
Wow, amazing.
And an occupational therapist looks at that person who has got a disability as a holistic and try to make sure that the abilities that they have is maintained or can be improved.
Amazing.
So I was like, I think this is a calling for me.
Yeah, I love the fact that you are actually spiritually led. Do you think that's your main source in everything you do, and also in running what you do for Power of Grace Care Services?
Absolutely.
Because it sounds like it's somewhere deep, you know?
Yes, I'll tell you the secret of Power of Grace Care Services. Here at Power of Grace Care Services, when we do the interviews with people that come and work with us, before we go to finish the interview, we tell them that we pray in this house. 9 a.m. in the morning. We put the pens down, we put the tools down, we sit down, we talk and we pray. I want you to, during that time at 9, to connect with your tree, connect with your spirituality. And we get to know each other so that at least we can uplift each other. Because our motto is empowering individuals. If you will see, most of our motto is Power of Grace Care Services. And when we empower individuals, we don't empower only people with a disability. We empower even staff. So that they can be empowered to be the better person tomorrow. When they come to Power of Grace Care Services, they should know that when they get out, their lives are not the same.
Absolutely. That is such a good point, because I personally believe that we all need to grow. So we all need to be empowered, and that's the only way we can actually reach out to people who need support in different capacities to actually empower them. I think it's a good point, and I think we do need to stop looking at other people that might need care as differently as we are, because we all need some shape, in some shape or form, we do need some care, don't we? So I really love that you recognize people's ability, even when they are living with any disabilities, because they just look different, but they all have different abilities.
I love the motto that you bring. Believe this ability.
Absolutely. I love it.
It's just amazing. As much as in our conversation we speak and say a person with a disability, but we believe in that ability that person has.
Absolutely. So tell me more about your belief in people's capabilities, and how have you and your organization demonstrated when it comes to various things they may be working on in life?
That's very exciting what you're just highlighting on that perspective. We have worked along with our occupational therapist because what we have noticed, there are some goals that can be set for the people that we support, and we try by all means to make sure we go above and beyond to make them identify and see that they can do it. Because let's say, for example, I have this other guy that I've worked with that wanted to be a security officer. He has that mind and he has got that goal. So what we do, that's the bigger goal, but we go into the smaller circle of like, where do we start? Put the small goals that can be achieved. As much as we know that maybe the entire goal of being a security cannot be achieved, but we set up small goals, so that we achieve one, and then we tick the box. We achieve the next, but we know that with the capability that he has, he cannot be independent to be able to be a security officer, but he's working towards that direction. Where he's going to end is where he's going to end, but we can't just say you can't
you cannot.
So it's small things that we work on, so that at least we can build it up. As much as we know that maybe they might not get onto the goal, but we can't close it out and say, no, you can't do that.
Absolutely. So what I'm hearing is just holistically looking at this person's capabilities towards that goal, but making sure that he is being supported towards the whole process, and just letting the outcomes be what they would look like, but he will still achieve and get to a certain level, even though the main goal might not or maybe achieved, but really working hard and not leaving anything to chance. That's what I'm really hearing. That's amazing. All right, now let's talk about challenges. As you know, there is nothing in life without challenges. Hey, we all always accept a smooth sail for some reason, but hey, once you dive in, there is all these elements that you have to work through. So tell me, what are some of the challenges that has confronted your organization or continue to confront your organization as a provider?
Yes. As much as I would love to speak about good things, but of course, on the other hand, we have some challenges as organization. Being running a business and having a family is something that you have to make sure you balance, because we have to have the kids, have the time for them as well, and you have to make sure the business goes. And then when it comes to the nuts of the organization itself, having staff, you know, you're working with people, like our organization has got plus or minus 40 staff, and they're looking into that perspective, specifically on the support work area. We have noticed that most people don't do it for the purpose of supporting somebody with passion, with love. Most people, they go because they want money. People don't have the heart. It becomes a little bit painful because you can't just fire people as well. We really need to get to a point whereby we take this seriously, because we are the ambassadors of the organizations that we represent. If an external individual comes and finds such kind of a thing, then it doesn't reflect well.
Absolutely. That is, so what you've said echoes. When you look after someone, it's a commitment.
Absolutely.
It's a commitment, and you need to live that commitment throughout that person's life, or through the staff member's journey supporting that person. So you've talked about human resourcing issue in terms of people need training. Away from human resources and what comes with that, are there any other challenges, maybe systematic challenges, or any other challenges that you could talk on?
Yes, definitely. I think the other challenges that we face as a people of color, I'll not leave that out. When people look at us because of the color of our skin, they don't look at what we can provide. They look at me, and then I'll tell you another example that we lost another client because people came to the meeting, and then they were, because everything will be fine because communication with emails and all that.
Absolutely, they don't see the person behind the keyboard, right?
But when it comes to like, okay, now meeting visuals, and then they're looking like, hey, that black dude, and then they're like, hey, come on. The tone changes, and that's a fact. A lot of my brothers and sisters out there, they're facing that. And we really need to speak it up.
Absolutely.
And we can't be disadvantaged because of the color of our skin and think that we are incompetent.
Absolutely.
Test me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I bet you I'm the best occupational therapist in New South Wales. Come, test me.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that.
And I believe in it.
Absolutely. And people need to, I think, dig a little bit deeper with their experiences and actually recognize the skills, the communication skills, recognize the people's backgrounds, you know, what they've studied, you know, they've got these skills, you know, to the table. So they should not come and look at you and look at your skin color and deny a client who would have been cared for and benefited from your organization. And I think, that needs to be talked about.
We really need to talk about
openly because it is real. People do go through this on a day-to-day basis, and that needs to stop.
And they end up going through depression.
Absolutely.
And they end up going to NDIS.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. There's so many providers out there with different educational backgrounds and roles. So tell me, how can providers inspire people with diverse abilities?
I think on that perspective, there are a lot of spectrum of disabilities. There's physical disabilities, there's autism spectrum, there is psychosocial, a lot of people that have had stroke. So there is a diverse dementia. So in order for the providers to inspire those people, I think they have to stand in a posture whereby they understand that as much as I've got a physical disability, it's not that I cannot think. As much as I've got a psychosocial issues doesn't mean that I cannot achieve the goals that I've set myself. It's a matter of providers standing in a situation whereby they identify that you have got a certain disability, but you have the abilities to be able to achieve certain goals, and they have to support that individual to be able to achieve their personal goals, not based on that you have got this disability, you can't achieve this. And once we say that on that perspective, I think it would inspire other people, not only those that we are working with. Because if an individual with a certain disability is seen to achieve a certain goal, and we ring the bells, other people with the similar disability like, he made it. They get inspired themselves to achieve a certain goals as well. So I think a lot of people will be helped in that aspect, not only providers. Yes.
Well, that's really good. I love the fact that I keep hearing the language of ability is being, you know, it keeps being identified, and that's really important. So thank you so much for having us today. So as we wrap up, we'd like to thank you for watching this video and engaging with us. Don't forget that we are in your city. We will be in your city. Jump onto our website, especially providers and anybody out there that will be interested in being part of this conversation. And also like us on all social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Like this video, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for the next episode.